guys, welcome to Counterpoints. My name is Connor, and today we're going to be breaking down the Angels of Death prequel, In the Company of Death. I seriously think this is one of the best entries on Warhammer TV and the Angels of Death series, and I want to explain something real quick to the negative Nancys in my comments. I think we were all disappointed with the initial offerings on Warhammer TV. Some of the Hammer and Bolter episodes were effectively PowerPoint presentations, and some of the 3D animations like Angels of Death or Iron Within were at times stiff and not in line with the lore that we know and love. But I don't blame the animators for this. Even in the early Hammer and Bolter episodes, the models were beautiful, but you could tell that they were working on a limited budget and a rushed timeline because of the differences between the moving animations and the still frames. I do, despite my love for the IP, blame Games Workshop. They need to let people that love their universe create products their audience will love, and they need to stop nickel and diming the artists and by proxy the fans. So when we see notable improvements in lore and movement, like in the episode A New Life, Eternal, or in this Angels of Death entry, I don't want to continue complaining, but rather praise the strides made so that Games Workshop knows the investment in time, money, and energy will be appreciated by its fans. You can see the love, attention to detail, fluid movement, thoughtful characterization, enthusiastic voice acting, and dare I say it, inspiration from Astartes in this episode, and I am ecstatic to be breaking it down for you today. This episode is brought to you by Magic Spoon and Ewin Racing. I was working late one night, grinding it out in the office, and in between phone calls, my wife brought me a bowl of cocoa cereal. I had my first bite, and I instantly understood Magic Spoon. Mixed with a splash of milk, it is absolutely delicious, and a bowl of Magic Spoon cereal is a wholesome, fueling, high-protein breakfast or snack that captures the vibe of that first bowl of cereal in front of Saturday morning cartoons. It's borderline miraculous that they can pack each serving with 13 grams of protein, 4 grams of net carbs, and no added sugar. If you're trying to eat less carbs, you can now do so without sacrificing anything. Magic Spoon is a high-protein, keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, wheat-free, and it uses natural flavors to still achieve a fantastic taste. It's everything you love about that Saturday morning breakfast bowl, but upgraded with grown-up ingredients that the whole family is sure to love. If you want to find out what I'm talking about, it's so easy. 1, you can scan the QR code on your screen and enter in coupon code Counterpoints at checkout, or 2, you can go to magicspoon.com/counterpoints for $5 off any order. Magic Spoon is so confident in their products, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. If you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Ewin Racing is a gaming and office furniture company of the highest caliber. They've been in the business for over 20 years, making ergonomically designed seats for luxury cars and office furniture. Boasting a variety of unique patterns and profiles, and often significantly less than other premium brands, Ewin Racing is your one-stop shop for beautiful furniture and chairs designed for professionals and gamers who spend a lot of time in the saddle. Take advantage of an awesome 20% discount by using coupon code Counterpoints at checkout, and if your back is killing you but you can't afford the purchase in one fell swoop, they offer financing options through Klarna and Afterpay. So if you're in the market, get your gaming and office table or chair today. Also, if you want to check out my chair, stay until the end of the video and I'll show you what they're all about.
Those guardsmen died the moment we chose to be here instead of there. You gain nothing by listening to fate catch up with them.
Coming here, unsupported, we risk much.
Honor demands we make this journey.
Honor? Where is the honor in abandoning our mortal allies to die?
I did not make this decision lightly, Kazarion.
Yet it is made.
Lucretius is among the best of us. He embodies every virtue inherent in the angel's bloodline. Are those mortals' lives worth so much more than his? Is yours? Is mine?
You believe he still lives? are we risking our gene seed in order to recover his?
In the end, brother, honor is all we have. Honor in life. Honor in death. Honor eternal.
But Chaplain...
Enough!
Chaplain Raphael and a young Kazarian are pushing deep into enemy territory to try to save one of their battle brothers, Lucretius. Blood Angels are known for their fierce temperament, but are also known for the loyalty and their noble defense of Imperial citizens. The Blood Angel successor chapter, the Lamenters in particular, are known to launch themselves into lost causes, only to win Pyrrhic victories against the enemies of the Imperium to save loyal worlds. This isn't as common of a trait as the stoic defenders of the Imperial Fists or the civilian defending salamanders, but it is known, and Kazarian is nursing that wound by listening to defenders he abandoned be overwhelmed and slaughtered. Kazarian bristles and pushes back logically against the Chaplain's zealous mission, but Chaplain Raphael assumes his rank and chastens Kazarian, asking if the lives of the guardsmen, Kazarian, or even Raphael himself are worth so much more than Lucretius. In the end, honor is all that matters, and this is an important theme. Honor is holding yourself to a higher level of moral and ethical conduct, and failingly striving to do so, leading to self-esteem and the esteem of your peers. The universe of the 40th millennium is filled with temptations, doubts, and fears. Kazarian's sense of honor and loyalty had him wish to stay and defend the guard, which just as easily could have been motivated by his own sense of survival and him not wanting to throw away his own life for Lucretius. Chaplain Raphael could have easily concurred, abandoned one of his battle brothers, and veiled himself with his loyalty to the guard and the logic of defending a fortified position. Any tactician would have little criticism of these actions, but the higher calling is making the tough choice to sacrifice the mortals they fight with and risk their own lives to try to save one of their angelic brethren. There are signs of Nurgle-like corruption everywhere as they push deeper into the complex.
Plague dead. Hundreds of them.
Born of such diseased souls? Go. Sanguinius' blood is not yours to waste.
We should drop down, take them blade to blade.
Release your wrath.
Blood of Sanguinius!
Even in death, they suffer. The contagion here is unnatural, a disease of the soul. We have to...
actions!
Is that Prometheum? Fire cleanses all, even the flesh of the damned.
Plague Marines emerge from the filth and ambush our protagonists. Plague Marines are one of two things. They are either renegade Astartes that have pledged themselves to the Plague God, or they are original members of the Death Guard Legion. The deep and ancient lore of the Death Guard is that they are the sons of the warlords of Albia, a noble European territory that fought the Emperor to a standstill. Impressed with their proto-dreadnought technology and the determination of the Ironside warriors, the Emperor reached out to them diplomatically rather than burn their kingdom to the ground. To guarantee the peace, the Emperor offered them prestige in his unified world, but would take a tithe of their sons for the first ranks of his Astartes warriors. The sons of Albia were known to be intractable in defense and honorable in the offense. They became the Dusk Raiders, pragmatic and inexhaustible space marines known for launching assaults at the changing of light and the guard, which terrified many of their opponents. Those that resisted found their defenses ground down systematically, ripped apart by ever-advancing infantry and close-range bolter fire. Most simply surrendered, increasingly terrified as the daylight waned and terms of peace started to expire. Once reunified with their Primarch Mortarion, the renamed Death Guard continued their cold, pragmatic, and simple style of warfare, winning many honors in the Great Crusade. Their pragmatic nature prevented them from enjoying or reveling in these honors. Mortarion's exposure to the noxious environment of his homeworld Barbarous, his distaste for Psychers and for tyrants caused cultural rifts between the 14th Legion, its brother legions, and the Emperor. This resulted in Mortarion siding with the traitors during the Horus Heresy. Tricked by one of his captains to enter the warp unprotected, Mortarion and his legion found themselves infected with the Destroyer Plague and Nurgle's Rot. The fleet was corrupted and tortured by fever, bone-breaking chills, rotting flesh, and eyes melted into pus. The pain was unending, but the advanced physiology of the Space Marines kept them from dying. For unknown time, they languished, unable to escape the pain with no hope of salvation. To save himself and his Marines, Mortarion pledged his legion to any power that could make it stop, and in doing so became Nurgle's most powerful champion. Plague Marines now emerge from the Eye of Terror and the Great Rift to spread Nurgle's gifts. They combine the cold and pragmatic attrition warfare of the Death Guard and their predecessors, the Dusk Raiders, with the rot and pestilence of their patron god. Immune to pain and able to endure wounds fatal to any other creature, they march forward worshipping the entropy that consumes all. Which is why it's absolutely psychotic of Kazarion to wish to jump down and face them in melee combat. While an unblemished Space Marine might be able to match a Plague Marine in speed and strength, they can easily fail to kill with a normally fatal blow, and a return strike can infect even an Astartes with incurable disease. A brief criticism is that there are more errant shots from the Plague Marines than accurate ones. Even if they are infected and wielding rusty weapons with diseased limbs, they are still descendants of the Death Guard Marines. In the scene's defense, Raphael is struck multiple times, and a round even finds its mark, piercing his armor and rupturing his primary heart. Lucky for Marines, they are blessed with two. Also of note is the reloading and firing animations with painstaking detail put into getting the perfect views of beautiful violence. Poxwalkers next greet our protagonists, which are mortal souls corrupted by Nurgle's Rot. The disease is designed to kill slow, while infected mortals have to choose between ending their own lives or giving themselves over to Grandfather Nurgle. Pointed out by Raphael, the disease is not just of the body but of the soul. Nurgle feasts on the despair of his victims and the rot of their bodies, minds, and souls once they accept his gifts. Raphael eases their suffering with the Wall of Prometheum ignited by a rocket-assisted explosive bolter round.
Dead. Truly dead. Killed by plague. Your primary heart is seizing.
Then I am fortunate that I have two. There is a lesson down here in the dark, Kazarian.
What wisdom can be found amidst this filth? The Death Guard are heretics. There is nothing to learn from their foulness.
Even we are capable of damnation.
Nothing in me is kin to these traitors.
Perhaps it was the same lack of humility that led to their legion's fall. Found us.
For the Angel!
Wait!
Brother?
You are not your rage, Kazarian. Focus upon me, upon my voice. They are slain. Come back. Bear witness.
Forgive me. I forgot myself. I did not...
Further requires no forgiveness. If it is tempered with discipline.
I am in control.
Are you?
I am, Chaplain.
Raphael's heart is seizing, and the seriousness of his injury is highlighted by the instantly clotting blood falling to the ground. It is only the advanced physiology of an Astartes keeping Raphael alive and moving. Kazarian can feel the accumulated rot on the exterior of his armor, and even haphazardly tries to wipe it off. I really can't tell, but there appears to be dimples of acidic wear appearing on the exterior of the armor, and intended or not, you can imagine the air being putrid, acidic, and repulsive, slowly eating at the marine ceramic plate. While confronted by the Plague Marines, Kazarian cannot help himself, and under the sway of the Red Thirst, launches himself at the traitors. Engaging at range is the logical choice because while bolter shells might not be instantly lethal, they can at least maim or incapacitate the Plague Marines and make them easier to dispatch in melee combat. There's so many beautiful details in this sequence, if you blink, you're gonna miss them. One of the Plague Marines catches a bolt round to the pauldron, but because of his rotted form, black blood oozes out where armor should be. Kazarian is able to attack both Marines and parry their blades at first with his weapon, but then with his pauldron. This made me wince because you don't want to be hit with a plague weapon at all, but if you're going to be hit, I guess your meaty shoulder armor makes sense. Kazarian narrowly dodges a bolter shell meant for his skull and is only saved from a follow-up shot by Raphael's timely intervention. Kazarian delivers a beautiful push kick to give him distance and disarms a Plague Marine, literally, before making a canoe-shaped hole in the other's head. I don't care how blessed by Nurgle you are, you can't thrust with a sword without an arm, and you can't control a sword arm without a brain. The block followed by the amputation reminds me of the superhuman Astartes punch sequence I fell in love with so much that we use as an introduction, and while I feel this isn't a perfect successor to Astartes, it is absolutely a beautiful, detailed, gory, and fun entry in the Warhammer animation canon. Finally, Raphael calms the frenzied Kazarian, which I find darkly hilarious, because while I find Kazarian's bloodlust bordering on reckless, I can see why he was sent to the Death Watch to kick some alien ass, considering he just killed 2 Plague Marines in melee combat.
This butchery. The rot has not set in here.
We must reach Lucretius.
By the angel! Lucretius?
Traitors to the throne! Die by the angel's blade!
Sergeant Lucretius! Listen to me!
Man! Heretic! Filth! The Emperor will flay your soul!
Why? The Black Rage. This is what it does to us. You knew.
I am a chaplain. It is my duty to know, and to make safe such knowledge for the good of the chapter. A hero died here, Kazarian. He died with honor. That is the report.
As Kazarian and Raphael breach Lucretius' position, they find dozens of slaughtered Astartes and guardsmen. Forebodingly, some of the guardsmen do not show signs of rot. They find Lucretius possessed by the Black Rage. Every Blood Angel carries the Red Thirst, but it is their fate that they eventually will succumb to a curse known as the Black Rage. Blood Angels were once known as the Revenant Legion, and were so named because it was their job to hunt down the mutants and techno-barbarians of the wastes of ancient Terra during the Wars of Unification. They would enter a war zone with thousands of Astartes and leave the battlefield with more than they started with. This is because their especially powerful gene seed carried within it a gift and a curse. It was capable of taking the lowliest wretch, the most malformed mutant, and if they were pure enough of soul, turn them into genetic perfection. Yet, with this gift, and with its use on the most barbaric of humanity's dregs, came a great flaw. Every now and then, a Revenant would lose his mind and slake his bloodthirst on enemies and allies alike. As if to harness this vile gift, the Revenant Legion took to cannibalism and blood rituals. Distrusted, feared, and even hated by their fellow legions and Imperial Army allies, the Revenants were deployed to the most haunted and feared corners of the galaxy, emerging victorious again and again with new recruits. The Revenant Legion was poorly supplied and equipped, meaning that while their brother legions perfected warfare strategy and logistics, they instead used jump packs and poorly maintained transports to launch themselves at the enemy and rip them limb from limb, with chainswords preferably, but bare hands if need be. The butchery they conducted was on par with or worse than the World Eaters and earned them censure from Rogel Dorn. It was only after they were reunited with their Primarch that they gained a sense of nobility. To temper his son's anger, the Primarch Sanguinius forced them to craft their own weapons and armor, to study art, poetry, tactics, logistics, and diplomacy. Within a generation, the reviled Revenant Legion became the Blood Angels, the most noble, cultured, and loyal of the Emperor's sons. However, when their Primarch was slain by the traitor Horus, their bestial nature was unleashed. A psychic backlash saw the Blood Angels butcher all that stood before them and cement the flaw into their character. Now, every Blood Angel fights the temptations of the Red Thirst, knowing that if they give into it, they may never come back. If they become possessed in battle, it is known as the Black Rage. They imagine themselves to be Sanguinius himself, facing down Horus in their final battle, and they butcher every living thing within reach. The guardsmen without rot were not the victims of Nurgle, at least not directly. When Lucretius' position was attacked, many fell, and Lucretius succumbed to the Black Rage. In his rage, he butchered the enemy, but then turned his blade on his allies. Raphael did not simply abandon the other guardsmen to save a fellow Marine, but also to find out if Lucretius had succumbed to the Black Rage and to keep that secret, even if it meant killing a brother. A final note before we close out is just how young Kazarian is and just how old Raphael appears. Blood Angels are the longest lived of the chapters, with Commander Dante now surpassing 1,500 years old. If they do not fall in battle, it is not known if Astartes in general, or Blood Angels in particular, can die of old age. In the 40th millennium, it's unlikely we'll ever find out. Which brings us to the end for now. If you like my breakdowns, like, share, and subscribe, and ring the bell so you can see whenever new content drops. Comment down below, and feel free to fight it out in the comment section over lore and narrative interpretations. If you can't think of anything to say, then type in comment for the comment gods. I'll salute you in real life with an Aquila, but I'll reply with an 07 in the comments section saluting you for your service. Become a YouTube or Patreon member to help support the channel, or check out our sponsors. I appreciate you. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Until the end.
Hey guys, Connor from Counterpoints here, and I just wanted to show off my Ewin Racing gamer chair because they asked me to, and they're a fantastic channel sponsor. So let's go ahead and check out this bad boy, and I'll show you all the features. So I'm currently in my living room because basically the baby is sleeping in the office, and the office is a mess, and I don't want to show off everything that's going on. Don't mind the laundry over here. We'll get to that. But this is my bad boy Ewin Racing chair. It's super sturdy down in the bottom. It's really easy to assemble. I'm actually crawling under here with you. Very simple hex bolts for assembly. They all came in. I was able to do this thing by myself within a few minutes. Literally, assembly was within like 30 minutes. It was not bad at all. As far as comfortability and size, I am 6'4", 230 pounds, and this bad boy can accommodate me all day. It does come with really comfy pillows. I kept the back pillow. I got rid of the neck pillow. I didn't need it for my body style and posture, but they do have a neck pillow that comes in this area, and basically if you need additional support, you can do that there. And then this thing is crazy comfortable. And not only that, I had a competitor's chair beforehand, and this one was about 20% less expensive, not including the coupon code that is available through the channel right now. And there are no features missing. This thing is crazy well built, accommodates my size, accommodates my frame, has all the features that I'm looking for, and then let's go over some customizations. So I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but I'll do my best to demonstrate. So it actually does have a lot of height variability. If you need to be higher, if you need to be lower, let's watch it together. Also, when it comes to the hand rests, armrests, lots of angle variability. So if you find yourself working a whole bunch throughout the day, you can change everything that you need to change and make it comfortable so you can type, you can work, all that kind of stuff. Finally, just to prove how much faith I have in this chair. Oh! Let's say you're working throughout the day. Your bosses give you a little bit of break. Your customers give you a little bit of break. You need to take a nice little relax, a nice little dad nap where you actually don't lose consciousness, but you do need to spend some time in a reclined position so you can recover mentally and physically. You can go all the way down. I am 6'4", 230 pounds, and I am so confident in this product that I just put my entire body weight on this bad boy and I am now reclining. What an excellent, excellent, excellent piece of equipment, and I can't recommend them enough. So if you want to take advantage of their kindness to me, sorry for smacking the microphone there, but if you want to take advantage of their kindness to me, then you can get a 20% off of this chair. You can get a 20% off of any of their other chairs. You can get a 20% off of their gaming desktops. You can get 20% off of everything by using coupon code Counterpoints. So give them a shot, give them a shot. They are fantastic. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Until the end.